Hello students, welcome you all to this session. So in the previous session we had discussed about phylum Ctenophora. So till now we had completed phylums or phyla like Protozoa, Porifera, Cnidaria or Coelenterata and Ctenophora. We had started with a small chapter that is called as Ctenophora. In that we had discussed about general characteristics of phylum Ctenophora. So you know ctenophores, they are mainly called as sea walnuts or comb jellies. They are exclusively marine, they are found in coastal waters, free swimming, and they have 8 serrated comb plates. We have seen so many characteristics like they have radial symmetry and they are hermaphrodites, digestive system is there, respiration, excretory systems are all absent, and they have 8 ciliated rows of comb plates for locomotion. They are ciliated and they are divided into different categories like different classes like Tentaculata, Nuda, and different orders with examples we will see today. And you know they are tentacles, they have tentaculated cells, and on tentacles they bear specialized cells called as coloblast. We have seen a type of diagram. Coloblasts are nothing but the adhesive in nature. Adhesive means sticky, and they are helping in locomotion, for capturing of prey, for food capture, etc. They are having some granule-like structure, they are secreting some granules which is responsible for adhering or sticking to the substance. So many characters we had seen, and we also saw about the characteristics like triploblastic condition, coelomates. Coelomate is body cavity, they have gastrovascular cavity or gastrovascular canals. Then some examples are pleurobrachia, Ctenoplana, etc. Now we are going to see the classification of phylum Ctenophora, or you can say systematic position of Ctenophora. Systematic position of Ctenophora. So as you know, it is a very small phyla, you can say. Only 50 species are included in this phylum. How many species? Only 50 species are included in this phylum. So the Ctenophora are small group of free swimming planktonic animals. They are free swimming, a small group of free swimming planktonic animals usually found in coastal waters, and you know that there are only about 50 species of this phylum. 50 species are present in this phylum, and they have bilateral symmetry, you can say. They are commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. So they are commonly called as sea walnuts, or you can say comb jellies. Sea walnuts, walnut, you have seen the walnut is very good for health. It looks like the shape of the sea walnut, so it is called as sea walnut. Sea because they are usually found in marine and coastal waters. Comb jellies, why they are called as comb jellies? Because they have 8 rows of ciliated comb plates. Because of the presence of comb plates, they are called as comb jelly. Jelly because body is very soft, gelatinous, so it is called as comb jellies. So once again, they are free swimming planktonic animals. 50 species of this phylum are available, and they are commonly called as sea walnuts or comb jellies, and they are abundantly found in coastal water. As I told you, they are abundant in coastal waters. Now coming to the classification or systematic position, the first definite description of Ctenophora was given by a scientist called as Martens in 1671. A scientist called as Martens in 1671 gave the first description of this phylum. description. A scientist called as Martens in 1671 gave the first description of this phylum. It was Hatschek who put all the ctenophores under a distinct phylum. So many authors were there, scientists were there who classified organisms into different categories, and they placed this animal into a phylum called as Ctenophora. Now coming to classification. If you come to the classification, classification of animals is very, very important in your basic, you have studied that about taxonomy, right? Taxonomy is identifying, naming and classification of organisms. See students, classifying organisms is very, very essential into different category, you can say different class, you can say different order, you can say, depending on their similarities and dissimilarities with the other phyla. Comparative study, you will come to know, comparative study with different phyla, whether they are having similarities or dissimilarities, then they are placed into particular phyla or class or order. Okay, so classification, the phylum Ctenophora is divided into two classes. The phylum Ctenophora, see C is silent here, Ctenophora is divided into two classes, that is class 1, that is two classes, that is Tentaculata and the class Nuda. Once again, the phylum Ctenophora or Ctenophorans are divided into two classes, Tentaculata and Nuda. First we will see the class Tentaculata. Why it is called as Tentaculata? Because of it is having two tentacles, and those two tentacles in turn have again a subtentacles. I will write here about class Tentaculata. Now as I told you, the class name is Tentaculata, means it is having or possesses two tentacles. It possesses two tentacles which in turn produce again subtentacles. You know meaning of tentacles? If you just recall the characteristics of phylum Cnidaria, those animals also had tentacles in Hydra, for example, for locomotion or food capturing, etc. And those tentacles had specialized cells called as cnidoblast or stinging cells or nematocyst. At the end of this session, we will discuss about some comparison with the phylum Cnidaria also. So, it possesses two tentacles and even subtentacles along one side. These tentacles are armed with special cells. These tentacles are armed with specialized cells called as coloblast. If we just recall, in the previous session of this chapter, that is phylum Ctenophora session 1, we will come to know about the coloblast diagram. Also we had seen it is pear shaped with long elongated nucleus, the radiated fibers are there, then it gives rise to granules which secrete sticky or adhesive substance, which is very, very essential for the capture of prey or the food material. We had seen the coloblasts. So coloblast cells. Next, so this is about class Tentaculata. Tentaculata is again further divided into four orders. Class Tentaculata is divided into or consists of four orders. Order number 1 is Pseudipida. Order 1, Pseudipida. If you just recall or remember Cydipid, what is Cydipid? Cydipid is the name of the larva. As you know, these animals, the animals belonging to Ctenophora are hermaphrodite or hermaphrodites, you can say. Hermaphrodites are the bisexual animals, or the animals or the organisms having both male and female reproductive organs, and they are producing both the gametes in the same individual are called as hermaphrodites. So there is development is indirect by larval stage, and there is a kind of fertilization. Without fertilization of ovule, there is development, that is called as pedogenesis also we had seen. So here order 1 is Cydipida. First order is Cydipida. What are the characteristics here? Cydipida is body cylindrical or oval. Body is cylindrical or oval. It means that the organisms or the animals which are belonging to order Cydipida, or they have cylindrical or oval body. 2 long tentacles are branched. There are 2 long tentacles and they are branched. Branched, or you can say they are retractile, branched and retractile. So once again, order number 1. So first coming to the classification. See students, you have to more concentrate on the classification. In today's session we are discussing only about the classification of phylum Ctenophora. As it is a very small phylum, only 2 classes are there in this phylum. So phylum Ctenophora is divided into 2 classes. Class 1 Tentaculata and class number 2 is Nuda. Tentaculata, what are the characteristics? As the name itself indicates, tentaculata means it possesses tentacles which in turn produces 2 sub-tentacles, and they are used for locomotion, food capturing, food gathering, protection from the prey, etc. These tentacles are armed with, means they are having or consisting of specialized cells called as coloblast. We have seen the coloblast in the previous session. Then coming to class Tentaculata is again divided into 4 orders. Order number 1 is Cydipida. Cydipida, you have to remember the names. Body is cylindrical or oral, 2 long tentacles and branched and retractile. 2 tentacles are present which are branched. Anal pore is absent. Anal pore is absent. Now what about the digestive system and all? They are all absent. Pleurobrachia, we will see the examples now. Pleurobrachia, I like with different color. Pleurobrachia, Hormifora and Mertensia. Hormifora and Mertensia are the examples of order Cydipida. Class Tentaculata, order Cydipida. So once again, body is cylindrical or oval, 2 long tentacles are branched and retractile, anal pore is absent. Example, Pleurobrachia, Hormifora and Mertensia are the examples of order Cydipida under class Tentaculata. Now we will see the diagram of Pleurobrachia. You have studied in your PUC also. The sea walnuts, comb jellies. Very few characteristics are there, very small phylum. I will draw the diagram of this. It is round, cylindrical. Now I think by looking at the diagram you will recall or you will remember this diagram is given in your class 11 NCERT book, comb jellies, sea walnuts, and I told you they are ciliated. So these are called as cilia. Now we label the parts. These are lateral pit, tentacle. This is lateral pit, tentacle. So pleurobrachia. Then comes ciliated comb plates. These are ciliated comb plate. So there are 8 rows of ciliated comb plates in the pleurobrachia or in the ctenophora. So this is example or diagram of pleurobrachia under order Pseudipida. Body is cylindrical, oval or spherical, you can say. 2 long tentacles are branched and retractile. Retractile means one is above, one is below, here and there. So anal pore is absent. Example of pleurobrachia. They have ciliated comb plates called as tentacles, mouth and lateral pit. So this is a diagram of pleurobrachia. Next, order 2. Order 2 under class Tentaculata. So I'll rub this. Next one, first order is Pseudipida. Second order is Lobata. Order 2, Lobata. So first order is Pseudipida, order number 2 Lobata. Laterally compressed oval body. They have laterally compressed oval body. Now, what do you mean by lateral side? As you know, in animal kingdom you have studied some of the characteristics like dorsal, ventral, right? Dorsal side. See, I'll show you. Now, for example, this is the dorsal side of the, if you take the animal body, the upper part is called as dorsal part, lower part is called ventral or anterior posterior. Dorsal, ventral. The side part, the sidewards part is called as lateral. So body is laterally compressed. 2 large oral lobes are present. 2 large oral lobes are present. What do you mean oral? Oral means it is related to mouth, it acts like a mouth. 2 main tentacles reduced without a sheath. 2 tentacles are reduced here. 2 tentacles are reduced with sheath. Sheath means outer covering. They are covered with sheath or they are reduced with the sheaths, you can say, in the order Lobata. Example, Nemiopsis. M is silent. Nemiopsis. Nemiopsis is the example of order Lobata under class Tentaculata. Bolinopsis also. Bolinopsis. Nemiopsis are the examples of order Lobata. So under class Tentaculata there are 4 orders I told you. Order Pseudipida, example Pleurobrachia, Hormifora, Mertensia. Under order Lobata, laterally compressed oval body. 2 large oral lobes are present. 2 tentacles are reduced without sheaths, with sheath. Example Nemiopsis and Bolinopsis. So there are 4 orders actually. Order number 1 is Pseudipida, second order is order 2 Lobata. Now we will go for third order, that is Cestida. Order number 3, right here, order 3, that is Cestida. Don't get confused Cestoda, because in again next 5 and Platyhelminthes there comes an order called as Cestoda, that is secondary. So here you don't get confused. So order number 1 Pseudipida, order number 2 Lobata, order number 3 Cestida. Cestida, ribbon like body. Now so you can compare the body shapes now. Here it is ribbon shaped body. The body of the animal is ribbon shaped. Long thread like structures are there. Ribbon shaped body. 2 main tentacles are reduced and lie in a sheath. 2 main tentacles are reduced and they are also lying in a sheath. Sheath means the covering, outermost layer is called as sheath or covering. So in order Cyadipida, body is cylindrical, you can see, or oval. In second order it is laterally compressed oval body. In order 3 Cestida, it is ribbon shaped body with 2 small tentacles, and the main tentacles are reduced into sheaths. Next one, numerous lateral tentacles in a groove. There are numerous lateral tentacles in a groove. Numerous lateral tentacles in a groove. And one thing you remember, all these animals coming under class Tentaculata have tentacles, because the name itself is indicating class Tentaculata, means the animals, whatever animals are coming under this class or order, are having tentacles. All animals are possessing tentacles under this class, because in second class Nuda there are no tentacles at all. So that is, we'll see later. So here there are numerous lateral tentacles in groove. Groove means in a group. So as I told you, lateral side means on either side. This is dorsal side, this is ventral side. On either side is called as lateral side. They bear number of tentacles for locomotion. Comb plates in 4 rows, but rudimentary. Comb plates, I'll write next here. Comb plates are in 4 rows. Comb plates are in 4 rows, but they are rudimentary. Rudimentary means no function, functionless they are. They are present, but there is no function. So they are called as rudimentary in nature. Example, cestum velamen. Example, cestum and velamen are the examples of order Cestida under class Tentaculata. These cestum and velamen, you are not studying type study here in detail, you are only studying the classification with examples. So third order is Cestida under class Tentaculata. Next we will go to order number 4, that is fourth order. So order number 1 we had seen. Order number 1 is Cyadipida, because it is called Cyadipida because development is indirect by Cyadipid larva, because that it will be given Cyadipida. Order number 2 is Lobata. Order number 3 is Cestida, and fourth order is Platyctenia. Order number 4 under class Tentaculata. Once again they are placed in Tentaculata because they have numerous tentacles on their body. So order number 3 we have seen, that is about Cestida. So first order Cyadipida, second Lobata, third Cestida, and order number 4 is Platyctenia. See, by looking at the name Platyctenia, what comes to your mind? Platyhelminthes, right? This is not Platyhelminthes, but the name itself indicates platy. Platy means flat. So here the animal body is flattened. So body is generally flattened. Body is generally flattened. As in Platyhelminthes we say that dorso-ventrally flattened, right? So here it is generally flattened. So you can see, you can compare the characteristics of different orders. Some have ribbon shape, some have oval shape, some have spherical shape, and next is flattened shape of the body. 2 well developed tentacles with sheaths are present. 2 well developed tentacles are present with sheath. Sheath means, I told you, the outermost layer or the covering is called as the sheath. See, once again, all animals coming under this class or order are having tentacles, because the main class itself is Tentaculata. So whatever organisms are coming in this class are having tentacles. So they have two tentacles, and comb plates are reduced or absent. Comb plates are reduced, or even in some animals there is absent also. So comb plates may be absent or completely reduced because they have tentacles for locomotion, food capturing by specialized cells called as coloblast. Body is adapted for creeping. Body is adapted for creeping. So they have creeping or crawling type of locomotion. As the comb plates are also reduced or absent, so how do they locomote then? They locomote with the help of creeping or crawling movement. Example, Ctenoplana, Coleoplana, etc. Example, Ctenoplana and Coelo or Coleoplana. Ctenoplana, C is silent, Ctenophora. So any example is Ctenoplana and Coeloplana. C-O-E-L, coelo means they have body cavity, that is called as gastrovascular cavity. As I told in previous sessions in phylum Cnidaria, gastrovascular, gastro means helps in digestion and vascular helps in circulatory system. So it is functioning both in common, so it is called as gastrovascular cavity. Now we will draw the diagram of example called as Ctenoplana. So order number 4, that is Platyctenia, Ctenoplana. There are pigmented spots in these animals. You can see some pigmented spots. These are tentacles. Next one, this is the diagram of Ctenoplana, animal called as Ctenoplana. Now this is the stomadium. This is tentacle, and these are pigmented spots. pigmented spots. Next, coming to lobe, sensory tentacles. These are sensory tentacles. Sensory tentacles. So, meaning of sensory means they are responding to stimuli in different types of environments. Then comes the lobe. This round portion, this is called as the lobe. This is called as lobe, which is covered by sheath. So this is the diagram of an animal called as Ctenoplana belonging to Platyptera. These are sensory tentacles. Pigmented spots are present in these animals, and usually these animals are creeping type. Tentacles usually reduced here, and they are pigmented spots in different parts of the body. So this is the diagram of Ctenoplana. Stomadium. Stoma means mouth. They help in capturing of food and even protection from the prey. Next we will go to class second. So this is about the first class, that is Tentaculata. Once again, class Tentaculata includes 4 orders. That is class order 1 Cyadipida, order 2 Lobata, order number 3, that is, which is the third order, Cestida, and order number 4 is Platyctenia. As I told, it is platy because your body is flat. Development tentacles are present with sheath. 2 well developed tentacles are present with the help of sheath. Comb plates are reduced here. So you can see 2 tentacles, they are having this sheath. This covering is called as sheath. This is one tentacle, and this is the another tentacle. Comb plates are reduced here, as in comb jelly, sea walnuts. There are comb plates are present for locomotion, but here tentacles are present. Body is adapted for creeping. Example, Ctenoplana. So 4 orders under class Tentaculata is completed. Next we will go to second class, that is Nuda. From this side. Class 2, it is Nuda. So first class Tentaculata, the animals possessed tentacles for locomotion, so it was named as Tentaculata. Now class number 2 is Nuda. Start. So we are discussing about class Tentaculata. In the Tentaculata we had seen 4 classes, and all the animals belonging to class Tentaculata had or possess tentacles. Now we are coming to second class of the phylum Ctenophora, that is Nuda. Here body is generally conical or ovoid. Body is generally conical shape, conical or ovoid. Here in this class tentacles are absent. Tentacles are absent. So they are placed under class Nuda. The animals without tentacles under phylum Ctenophora are placed under second class, that is Nuda. Or you can say the animals coming under class Nuda are without tentacles, and this class Tentaculata, Nuda has only one order. Only one order or single order. In Tentaculata we had seen there are 4 orders. In class 2, that is Nuda, there is only single order or include single order called as Biroidea. Order 1, Biroidea. As we had seen Cyadipida, Lobata, Cestida, etc. Here you are seeing only one order called as Biroidea. Body is conical or and laterally compressed. Body is conical and laterally compressed. As I told you, I showed you the lateral side of the body. So lateral side they are totally compressed. Dorsal, ventral, the sides are called as the lateral sides, and it is compressed. Tentacles and oral lobes are absent. Tentacles and oral lobes are also absent. Oral means mouth. There are no lobes in the oral region, and even tentacles are also absent. Mouth large and muscular stomach is present. Mouth is large and stomach is present, and it is voluminous, means stomach is large in size, so we call it as voluminous. VOLUMINOUS, voluminous. Large stomach is present with large volume, and mouth is also large because they depend on prey. They capture the prey with the help of coloblast cells and they digest the food. They are voracious feeders. They are feeding on other ctenophores. These are voracious feeders. Voracious means they feed on other ctenophores. They capture the prey, but they are same animals belonging to phylum Ctenophora. Voracious feeder means they always feed on different animals of phylum Ctenophora. They cannot, as you know, they are depending on the prey, or they capture the prey with the help of coloblast cells or the adhesive cells present on the tentacles, and a voracious feeder. Meaning of voracious is they feed on other species of Ctenophora. Example, Biroi. As the name indicates, the name of the order is Biroidea. Example, Biroi. So this is about class Nuda. Class Nuda is generally conical or ovoid. Tentacles are absent, or you can say the animals belonging to this class are without tentacles, and it contains only one order or single order called as Biroidea. These animals are laterally compressed. Lobes are absent, mouth is large, stomach is voluminous, and they are voracious feeders, feed on other ctenophores. Example, Biroi. So this is about the classification of phylum Ctenophora, or the systematic position of phylum Ctenophora into two classes. Class 1 Tentaculata and class 2 is Nuda, and we are seeing the different orders with examples. Now coming at the end of this session, that is about affinities of Ctenophora. Now you know there are different characteristics. You have seen the characteristics of Cnidaria also. Now we will see some of the common characteristics with Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Ctenophora and Coelenterata share some of the characteristics in common. It means that there are some similarities as well as dissimilarities with phylum Cnidaria. Affinities of Ctenophora. Affinities of Ctenophora. So you know Ctenophora are commonly called as comb jellies or sea walnuts. What are the affinities here? The evolutionary position is very obscure here. They have long been considered related to Cnidarians. See, before the invention or classifying these animals into different phyla, these animals were placed under phylum Cnidaria only. So they share so many characteristics with Cnidarians, or the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. So affinity means evolutionary, if it's the evolutionary relationship of these animals, they share some of the characters or many of their characters with the phylum Cnidaria. So earlier these animals were placed under phylum Cnidaria. They are triploblastic in origin. Triploblastic, you know meaning of triploblastic, diploblastic. Depending on the number of germ layers present in the animal, animals are classified into diploblastic and triploblastic. If there are 2 germ layers, then it is called diploblastic, ectoderm and endoderm. If there are 3 germ layers, then it is called as triploblastic animals with tissue grade of organization. Tissue grade. You know the different levels of organization: cellular level, tissue level, organ level, and organ system level gives rise to organisms. So in compared to previous phyla, we had seen the organism had only cellular level. Then we see some higher animals like having tissue level, cellular level, organ level. Now we will see resemblance with Coelenterata. What are the characteristics which are resembling with Coelenterata or the phylum Cnidaria? Because you should know that before the discovering of this phylum Ctenophora, where these animals were placed. These animals were placed under phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Then what are the characteristics which are common in both Ctenophora and Cnidaria? First one is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. You know the meaning of symmetry. Symmetry is the body can be divided into equal parts passing through any plane. There are three types of symmetry: bilateral symmetry, radial symmetry and asymmetry. Asymmetry, example sponges. If you cut the animal into equal halves, the body is not divided into equal halves, means both are having different parts in their body. So it is called as asymmetry, means body is irregular in shape. Bilateral symmetry, bi means two. If the animal body is cut into equal halves passing to any one plane, then you will get the equal parts. For example, if you cut this animal, then you will get two equal parts. Radial symmetry is the body is divided into equal halves passing through any plane, is called radial symmetry. Body has tissue grade of organization. Just now I told you here, they have tissue grade of organization which is similar to Coelenterata. Tissue grade of organization, it means that body is made up of tissues. Tissue grade of organization, or you can say tissue level of organization, which is similar in Coelenterata. Then coming to lack of organ system. So see, body is having only tissue level, it is not developed into organs, but organ system we will find in the next phyla. So there is no organ system. No organ system in Coelenterata, and even in Ctenophora they have only tissue level of organization. Tentacles and mesoglia are present. This is the most important character common in both Coelenterata and Ctenophora. That is presence of tentacles. We have seen Hydra. Tentacles are present with nematocyst, but here tentacles are present with specialized cells called as poloblasts. So tentacles are common in both Cnidaria and Coelenterata. Coelom is absent. Coelom or the body cavity is absent. Both in common they have a cavity called as gastrovascular cavity, both in Coelenterata and Ctenophora. Next, diffused nervous system. Nervous system is diffused in both. Here you can write there is presence of gastrovascular cavity in both. Cnidaria also has gastrovascular cavity, Ctenophora also has gastrovascular cavity. Nephridia are absent. Nephridia, you know, nephridia are the excretory organs. So as you know, there are no excretory organs as such. So nephridia are absent in both. What about respiration? Respiratory system is also absent. Respiration or respiratory organs are also absent. Absent in the sense both in Ctenophora as well as in Coelenterata. Next characters, presence of statocyst. I will write here, presence of statocyst. Statocysts are balancing organs. They are present in both Cnidaria as well as Ctenophora. Next, coming to endodermal origin of gonads. Gonads. What do you mean by gonads? Gonads are the reproductive organs. They are endodermal in origin. Gonads are endodermal in both Cnidaria as well as Ctenophora. In origin I am telling about. Gonads are endodermal in origin. Gonads are the reproductive organs present in both Cnidaria and Coelenterata, but Cnidaria and Ctenophora, but they are endodermal in origin because there are 3 germ layers. Next we will go to differences with Coelenterata. What are the differences? Now till now what you have seen, they are similarities, because similarity means they are present. These characteristics are common in both the phylum Cnidaria and Ctenophora. Now we will see differences with Cnidaria. Differences with Coelenterata. Now, what are the differences which are present only in Coelenterata but not in Cnidaria? Absence of nematocyst. Absence of nematocyst. See students, just if you recall the phylum Cnidaria, why it is called Cnidaria? Because of the specialized cells called as stinging cells or nematocysts which are absent in Ctenophora. Next, tentacles oppositely placed. Tentacles are oppositely placed. As you can see here the diagram, one tentacle is here, other tentacle is here, but in Hydra or in Cylindrids it is not so. They are present on lateral side or one above the other. So here in Ctenophora, tentacles are oppositely placed. Presence of stomatium. Presence of stomatium. Stomatium is present only in Cnidaria, in Ctenophora, but not in Cnidaria. As you can see here, stomatium is present only in Ctenophores, but not in Cnidarians or Coelenterata. Next, presence of 8 locomotory ciliated comb plates. Presence of 8 ciliated comb plates, you know this very well. So this is the characteristic feature of only Ctenophores, present only in Ctenophores, not in the Cnidaria or Coelenterata. So these are the characteristics which are present only in Cnidaria. Presence of coloblast cells over tentacles. Presence of adhesive cells called coloblasts over tentacles. See, there in Cnidaria, tentacles had nematocyst, but here tentacles have coloblast. So once again, you just remember, these are the characteristics present only in Ctenophora, but not in Cnidaria. Next, presence of mesenchymal muscle cells. Presence of mesenchymal muscle cells. There are so many characteristics are there. There are some of the few I am telling you. Next, presence of digestive system and anal pore. Organized digestive system. In the previous session we had drawn the digestive system. Organized digestive system is present only in Ctenophora, but not in Cnidaria. Next, development is of determinate type. Development is of determinate type. Yes, see, in development. So we are seeing the fertilization, how it takes place, the pedogenesis, and development is indirect by larval stage. Larva called as Cydipid larva is present. So this is all about the affinities with Coelenterata, differences with Coelenterata and affinities of Coelenterata also we had seen with phylum Cnidaria. So here completes the chapter called as phylum Ctenophora. So what all we discussed in this phylum, it is a very short phylum, very small phylum you can say, with only 50 species. We have seen general characteristics, classification of this phylum. Today's session we have discussed about systematic position or classification of phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophores are commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. You all know that characteristics. Then systematic position means it is divided into 2 classes. Class 1 Tentaculata, class 2 is Nuda. Class Tentaculata is divided into 4 orders, that is Cydipida, Cestida, Platyctinia, and number one more is Lobata. So Cydipida, Lobata, Cestida and Platyctinia. And class 2 Nuda is having only single order called as Viroidea you can say, because here there is no other orders, only one order is present. And Nuda are the animals without tentacles. Tentacles are absent. Tentacles are present only in the class Tentaculata. Nuda are the animals without tentacles. And at the end of the session we had seen some of the affinities of Ctenophora, because before the classification of Ctenophora, Ctenophora phylum was introduced a bit later, but earlier where those animals were placed? They were placed under phylum Cnidaria or the Coelenterata. So we had seen some of the characteristics which are similar to Coelenterata and some are the differences with phylum Coelenterata. So here completes the chapter called as phylum Ctenophora. Thank you.